Welcome to the realm of intoxicating flavors and head-banging beer reviews.
It's a frigid, windy, cold, snowy evening here in Cleveland, so why not have some beers? What's up, everybody? It's the Ginger Yeti, and I'm checking in from home. And I have another one of those macro beers today. It's a beer I'm sure everybody will recognize. It's the PBR, Pabst Blue Ribbon, established in Milwaukee in 1844. And it's got a little bit of a sordid history to it. Like I said, 1844, Pabst Blue Ribbon Company was founded in Milwaukee, and they originally called this beer, or I should say this beer came out in 1844. They originally called this beer Best Select. Then they changed it to Pabst Select, and now the current name, Pabst Blue Ribbon, allegedly comes from a time when they were putting a blue ribbon around the bottlenecks, like a silk blue ribbon, and they did that from 1882 to 1916. Now, there's different stories say they were doing that because of a award they won at a certain fair, which they may or may not have won. There's not a lot of detail to that. However, they did win a lot of awards over the course of the years, and even during that time. Now, the brewery has moved several times over the years. It left Milwaukee, was headquartered in California for a while, and currently they are based out of San Antonio, Texas. And it's currently owned by Blue Ribbon Partners, which is kind of like a private equity investment firm, and they own 100% of Pabst Blue Ribbon. Pabst does contract brew a lot of their beer, but Pabst Brewing Company is allegedly the largest American-owned, like wholly American-owned brewery, which is kind of interesting if that is true. Even though they do a lot of contract brewing, they contract out a lot of their brewing to other companies to do. But this is the beer. Like I said, let's talk about the beer a little bit on this can here. I got a big 24-ouncer. This is the original Pabst Blue Ribbon beer. Nature's choicest products provide its prized flavors. Only the finest of hops and grains are used. Selected as America's best in 1893. There you go. I don't know who selected it as America's best or where it was selected as America's best, but that's what the can says. It's 4.7% alcohol. Untapped says it has 10 IBUs. And that's about everything on the can. There is a date. What does that say? That doesn't help. I'm just reflecting light and blinding myself. I'm not really sure what that date says. That might just be a date code or some other nonsense. But I'm sure everybody knows this beer. It's a go-to for cheap beer for a lot of people. And let's get into it. I haven't had this in a long time. I mean, I think I drank a lot of this back in my Pong playing days, back when I played beer pong, because you just needed some cheap beer to drink while you were playing. And I can't remember the last time I had one of these. So on Untapped, this gets a 2.85 with over 400,000 check-ins. Beer Advocate, it gets a 69 pour with 6,411 check-ins as of this recording. So it gets an aggregate score of 2.95. And I poured that out like that just for Don from Don's Beer Reviews. He loves it when I pour big, giant heads on glasses. So, see if I can smell anything through the head. It's just got that generic beer smell. Yeah, just your generic, like, generic hop, generic beer smell. I mean, it tastes like smells like a macro beer. And that is completely crystal clear. I can see the camera right through that. You'd probably see my face right through it. A little bit of carbonation in there, but not a whole lot. It's easily probably about a 2 on the SRM chart. And my big bear paw's worth of frothy, foamy head in this 22-ounce glass. Well, I'll see if I can chew through this head and see if this is really a Blue Ribbon winning beer. Cheers, everybody. It's just there. Kind of flavorless. It's just a generic beer flavor. I mean, just generic beer flavor. It's not awful. It's not terrible. I reviewed that Busch beer the other day, and I think I like that Busch beer better than the PBR, surprisingly. I'm not sure why this would win awards. Maybe at the time, this is different than a lot of the other beer out there. I mean, it's a serviceable beer if you're just looking for something cheap to drink that tastes like beer-flavored beer. But for me, it'd be a let it play. I mean, I wouldn't go out of my way to buy this. I don't mind drinking it. It's not horrendous. It's not awful. But I wouldn't go out of my way to buy this. If somebody handed it to me, if I was at a party or something, if it was free, I'd definitely drink it. But it wouldn't be my go-to cheap generic beer. But again, it's not awful. It's just a cheap macro beer. Beer-flavored beer. Very watery, very light. That's about all I have to say with it. So, it's an adventure trying some of these macro beers I haven't had in a long time. Kind of fun. I'm sure I'll finish this can. And you know what I say? Embrace the adventure.